Let's get to the top 10. The Steelers, they are the new number 1, Elliot.
Yeah, they are, and I know a lot of people would say, well, they weren't that impressive against the Ravens. This is a division rival that's given them fits over the years, including a playoff loss at Heinz Field a few years ago. The Steelers made the plays at the end of the game when it mattered, but really it's more about the offense being unstoppable right now. Le'Veon Bell getting hurt late in the season or being suspended or whatever he's had over the last few years has been a problem. It's not a problem right now, that's why.
Ryan Shazier, though, missing him is a problem.
Yes.
That's definitely going to be a problem. But I think the Steelers they're able to kind of take over a little bit of those issues with their offense, the way they're scoring. I think Elliot hit it right on the head. They're playing well, and they're finding ways to win, and that's all that matters right now in December. Find a way to win.
That's right. So they are the number 1 team this week in the rankings, the number 1 AFC team, too. How about number 2? We got the Patriots. They fall 1 spot. That's it to number 2? Really?
You think that's not enough?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? You're putting yourself out there? Here's the thing. I know it was bad, but they're missing some players on defense. They didn't have Rob Gronkowski, which we all know that they're going to get back. And they've historically played bad in Miami before. That said, I'm not going to overreact to one loss when this team has got that sterling 10-3 record. They still have the best quarterback in football. It's one loss.
They got to protect him a little bit better, though, too.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah, well, I hope everybody stays tuned because I'm going to show them why there's a certain AFC team that should be higher than them
that team?
in this power rankings.
Okay. So how about this? We get the number 1 team and the number 2 team playing each other this week. Who wins between the Steelers and the Patriots?
You know what? This is a situation where every team in the NFL has their arch nemesis. If it's Superman and then the Kryptonite, that's Steelers and the Patriots. The Steelers, no matter how good they are or how bad the Patriots are, the Patriots have their number. And so in this situation, I'm going to go New England. They get Rob Gronkowski back. He's playing well. And then remember, Ryan Shazier's out. So who's going to cover Gronkowski or these backs out of the backfield?
That's a problem.
I mean, you have James White, Burkhead. We see James here doing his thing in Miami. Deion Lewis. I mean, they're bringing everybody out. It's going to be a heck of a game, but I just think New England has more weapons.
You think New England too, Elliot?
I don't know. Is the Patriots nemesis Aquaman? I don't know. I was trying to stay with the theme there.
I don't know. I'm just
don't,
looking at those uniforms.
Their nemesis is the Broncos, but they're not in the playoffs.
I'm not buying this. I think the Steelers can win this game, MJD. And I think the big reason's right there, number 2-6. This is going to be a 35-touch game, I think, for him. Remember, he departed the AFC Championship early, and right now the Patriots are getting no edge pressure whatsoever. You're going to let Ben Roethlisberger stand back there and pick you apart. And then, as you guys reference, especially you, Colleen, the Patriots having trouble protecting their own quarterback. TJ Watt and those guys can get after him. I think the Steelers can win this. This game is at Heinz Field.
Tom Brady was sacked 6 times.
In order for the Steelers to win, Le'Veon Bell has to continue to do what he's doing right now.
That's
true.
true.
That's running all over people, catching the ball, and you said 35, 40-touch game for him this week.
Okay, so those are the top 2 teams in Elliot's rankings this week. Let's take a look at the rest here. The Falcons sneaking back in. Also, the Rams staying pat there.
Yeah, you know what? I circle the Falcons there because I know people aren't really paying attention to them because of what the Panthers and Saints have done, but we're talking about 3 NFC South teams now in the top 10, and that was a huge win for Atlanta last Thursday night.
I don't want to, but we have to. The Eagles only fall 2 spots right now after losing Carson Wentz, so you put them at number 4.
Look, you can pull your Wilbert Montgomery jersey out of retirement. It's not time to...
Jeff Garcia, even?
Yes, look, the Eagles are going to be okay. I think... Here's what we can't say, that they're going to be bad with Nick Foles. Now, you see that play right there? That was a 3rd down play to seal the game. The Rams could have stopped it. They couldn't because it was a perfectly thrown ball. It's not like Nick Foles came in for one drive. He was in the entire 4th quarter. I'm not saying he won the game single-handedly. I'm just saying he's had success in the NFL before. There are 7 teams that have won the Super Bowl with their backup quarterback at the start of the season, okay? Why can't they do it?
Yes.
I already punished them 2 spots.
Eagles fans, you can feel a little bit better now, right? Maybe feeling a little bit better. Are you feeling better about it?
Single, please.
Oh.
I became a big fan of Carson Wentz. Get a little closer, too, please. A huge fan of this guy. Did everything for the Eagles offense. Now that he's out, get in my mentions, please. The Eagles, you don't win another game. That's it.
Come on. That's a little harsh.
It's over. Look, this guy throws a touchdown with a torn ACL. Just stands in the pocket, doesn't move. I got the chance to call this game. He made some great plays with his legs, made some great plays with his arm. Nick Foles threw a pass with his eyes closed. And luckily, Trey Burton was there to catch it. I don't see them making those type of plays in these situations.
They're going to lose to the Giants this week?
Hey,
you heard it here first.
Wow.
One thought. They are equipped to win running the football. They've got LeGarrette Blount. They've got Clement. They traded for Ajayi.
You have to remember this. Teams are going to load the box now and stop the run and force Nick Foles to throw outside the numbers and beat him. I don't think he can do it.
All right. What do you guys think? Do you think he can do it? Who is the favorite right now in the NFC? Is it those Eagles? Is it the Vikings?
Vikings.
Maybe the Rams, MJD?
Go Rams.
It's the Vikings.
Or
Go
the
Rams.
Saints? I don't know. You can vote on Twitter at NFL Network. Also, tweet us about any of the rankings at any time throughout the show. Just use the hashtag NFL Power Rankings.
Cross out that second team.
Let's talk about another NFC favorite here. The Panthers, they're up one spot to number 8.
Yeah, I thought about moving them higher, but Carolina's been a little bit herky-jerky. That said, they've been a good team, and the teams in front of them are the playoff elite at this point.
Well, you see that play there by Cam Newton. When they allow Cam to be Cam, he's going to do his thing, and they're going to get it
run
ranked.
game.
It opens up everything.
Jonathan Stewart. That's the first 100-yard rusher that the Vikings allowed all season.
Well, think about that. They threw the ball and they ran the ball on the Vikings, a defense that hasn't given up anything to anyone. So, I mean, Cam is the secret weapon. He's the secret sauce there.
Okay. Secret sauce for Cam Newton. Good job. Let's move on to 11 through 20 in the rankings. The Seahawks, they're out of the top 10 now.
Yeah,
11.
they are. Problems in the secondary. And you see number 14. Hard to know what to do with the Packers. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is there. Hasn't been cleared to play yet. So if he can play, I think the Packers will be moving up.
Okay, how about the Bills, though? They rise 3 spots after the snow game to number 17.
Yeah, first of all, how cool is this video? But the Bills, they got the win out in this game, and they did it the hard way. They had their third-string quarterback throwing a 9 route to a guy that was cut in the middle of the season, Deontay Thompson. Sometimes you got to eke out these kind of wins in the NFL. Give them credit. They're still in the playoff race.
I agree with you there. The Bills are trying to find a way. They're in the playoffs right now. And they're again, your third quarterback. You're just playing with guys, and guys are making plays. And Shady McCoy, let's just talk about what he does. It doesn't matter if it's snowing. If you have 10 guys in the box, he's making plays.
He was great. I watched him when he was with the Eagles play the Lions in that game. And even after this game, he was saying he could still cut. He could still do all the things. He was just slipping a little bit more. So talking about teams that are slipping, let's look at 21 through 30 in the rankings for this week.
I see what you did there.
There's only a couple teams slipping, but they're all sort of at the back end there.
Really? The Jets, though?
Yeah, well, the Jets, I dropped them because Josh McCown got hurt, and he's been the key for them, I think. That's the reason why they're down so far.
But you didn't drop the Eagles, though, Elliot. We'll talk about it later. Don't worry about it.
For more on a few of these teams, it's time for Too High, Too Low. MJD, this is your favorite segment. I think it's one of them.
Not
okay,
mine.
I got 3 teams here, Too High, Too Low. Let's start with the Vikings at number 3.
They're too high right now. And the reason being is they lost because of their defense, not because of anything else. Their defense gave up big plays. You see drop passes here, but really, that's going to happen offensively. This defense is was one of the number one defenses, or was the number one defense in the league. All of a sudden, now you give up 30 points to the Panthers, and you let just have mistakes like that?
You can just run all over them now? What?
All the more reason why I didn't panic with them. They have one bad game. They've consistently had a catalog that's excellent, and the drop passes, as you mentioned.
This was a very measured response by you, Elliot.
Yes.
Good job. Okay, how about the Saints at number 6?
Again, too high. I think after the Falcons showed what they were, all these fans, remember I kept telling people, Case Keenum is better than Drew Brees.
Yes,
remember I said that? As I put my arm around you.
Yeah.
So let's say it together. Case Keenum is better than Drew Brees.
And the words won't come
And they
out.
showed here on Thursday night. And I think, again, Drew Brees, they needed to lean on him. They couldn't do it without Alvin Kamara.
You know what? Speaking of Alvin Kamara, I said in our newsroom, if he keeps up the pace or ups it a little bit, he should be an MVP candidate. I got laughed at. I said, this is an 8-win team without him. I stand behind that. If he's healthy, they're a contender.
That offense looked completely different without him out there.
Right.
The Titans at number 15.
Listen, Elliot, I'm going to go to the dungeon with you, and we're going to work on this. Because
is
the
fair.
Titans, for some reason, you keep putting them up there. I get
Fair
they're in the
criticism.
playoff race, but they haven't been playing well at all. And Marcus
You rank
Mariota-
the Titans.
Their defense is getting sacks. That's cool.
But that's it.
good.
Marcus Mariota's turning the ball over at a high rate, and they can't run the ball. I mean, that's tough.
This is the hardest team in all the league to rank on a week-to-week basis. The record is stellar. The play is not. And every week I hear from Titans fans, and I even predicted the Cardinals would win this game. You know what? I'm gonna give you this one. I'm gonna acquiesce to you.
Oh, you guys agree. It's so cute when you
Yes.
do that. Let's talk. How about maybe you'll agree here? I don't know. Biggest movers of the week and power up, power down. And the 49ers, Elliot, they're up 6 spots to 23. Jimmy G.
I know. Jimmy Garoppolo is really giving them what they need. The 49ers are able to hold on to the ball, which helps their defense. And I'd like to point that out. Last 3 games, 90 yards, 62, and 90 rush yards allowed. Stopping the run still wins games in the NFL if you get good quarterback play.
They're going up. The Raiders are going down, falling 5 spots to 20, MJD.
Yeah, this hurts me a little bit to see
I
my
can
guy
feel it,
Derek
I
Carr
know.
get hit like this, to see the defense not play well. It's just not going well right now. They have to find a way. They're still in it. They just have to win out now, and hopefully some things can happen for them.
They got an interception. The defense did again.
That's
that was
number 2
nice.
on the year.
Good job.
And 3.
You know what? This time of year, I need a vacation. But I can only really get a power trip right now. And Elliot, he's on it with the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, if you took a vacation with the Cowboys, you'd be all over the map. They started at 8. I thought they were at least a wild card team. Everything looked real good. Then they imploded against the Rams in the second half. They went all the way down to 19. Last game with Ezekiel Elliott, they beat the Chiefs. Tom Ali calls them the best team in football. They're at 8. And then, boom, right back down to 19, losing to the Chargers on Thanksgiving. Now they've won 2 division games in a row. They're up to 12. Do they have enough to make it to the playoffs with 7-6?
Looking at that, I need Dramamine because I get motion sickness. So I'm going to try to keep them on one way, and that's going to be going up. You're playing the Raiders in Oakland. The Raiders aren't doing too well right now. They're trying to claw their way back. But guess what? I'm going to give the Cowboys a W in that situation.
That's amazing.
There it goes. There it is. And then in that, listen, Derek and Raider fans, I'm sorry. But I gave y'all a W against the Chiefs, man, and it didn't work out, so I'm going to give y'all an L in this one. Hopefully you can bounce back. Against the Seahawks, you get Ezekiel Elliott back. That's how it goes. In Dallas, the Seahawks don't travel well. They don't play well on the road. I'm going to give the Cowboys a W in that situation as well.
Okay, 9-6, man. They need to go 10. They got to get 10 wins to even have a chance.
And so when we go back down here to Philly, I told you guys earlier in the show, I don't think they're going to win a game. And this one is not because of the play. It's because they're going to rest everybody. So guess what? Dallas gets another W. There it is.
Wow.
10-6. But is it enough? That's the question.
How about a little Patriots and Jaguars in this week's Balance of Power? I know you guys are pumped about it.
Colleen, you know what? I can't. I'm just so excited. The New England Patriots versus the Saxonville Swagwars.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's what it's all about right now, ladies and gentlemen. You better sit down because I'm going to show you why this team is better. Now, let's go to coaching.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Bill Belichick got 5 rings. You know the saying. If you got all them rings, you got to get the
So
ding.
we're going with New England on coaching.
That's to New England. There we go.
Okay.
Now, defense. That's not even, it's not even close. So I'm going to go ahead and get the pass defense to the Jaguars.
They've been great.
There it goes. And then the rush defense to the Jaguars as well. Now, pass offense. I love Blake Bortles. He's playing lights out, and Tom Brady's not playing well.
2 good games in a row for Blake.
I'm not going to disrespect the GOAT like that. Tom, no disrespect. Blake, no disrespect. But Tom, he got it. Give it to the.
I'll tell you though, Patriots offensive line would have trouble with the pass rush of the Jags.
No question, but it's still the GOAT.
Yep.
He got it.
Yep.
But when it comes to rush offense, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to it, and you know what? They ain't even showing the right video because they should be showing me. But it's okay. Leonard Fournette is doing this thing too right now. He's balling. Chris Ivory's balling. Corey Grant's balling. Yeldon gets in and does his thing. I tell you what, ladies, this is where it all ends. Right here. The rush offense going to the Jaguars. And Elliot, this is why the Saxonville Swagwars
but what about the way
better
the running backs?
I don't care what they're doing.
No?
This is why they're better. Look at this. It's a beautiful look. I'm going to stand next to the camera. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Pull off the Rankings Ranker this week, Elliot. You've been pretty great at these every week.
I tell you what, Colleen, I know that the Titans are playing for a playoff spot, but I think they're going to go out in San Francisco and lose. That 49ers defense is playing a lot better, partially because their offense can stay on the field. MJD, I don't know if you agree here, but I think San Fran wins.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's bringing a different energy to this team, offensively, defensively, and special teams-wise. When you have a quarterback, everyone starts to believe, and that's what you're seeing.
Everybody's buying in right now. We'll see if that happens. Finally today, it's closing argument time. Put 30 seconds up on the clock. And Elliot, you make a case for the teams we did not talk about today.
You bet. Hey, Giants, play ugly. Uni's gorgeous, man. Go back to those. Those were awesome. All right, the Bears. Hey, you look for a team that's playing for their coach. The Bears play for their coach. I thought that was a surprising outcome this week. Redskins, you know, a lot of quarterbacks have trouble against the Chargers, so you just keep on evaluating Kirk Cousins. I know a bunch of teams that would love to have him. Speaking of a quarterback you love to have, how about the Lions? Matt Stafford keeps putting them in position. Matt Prater, clutch. And finally, MJD's Rams. I think this team could win the